Hello, my name is Nicholas and I'm head of the quality department at GPS Monaco Group. As you can imagine, quality is one of the most important aspects of purchasing in China. In this series of videos, I'm going to look at a few ways of minimizing the risk of running into all kinds of problems inherent in working with a Chinese supplier. The first question we're going to ask ourselves is, how can we assess a supplier's professionalism and get him to commit to meeting your conditions? Working with an unfamiliar supplier can be a big risk, since you'll always have to pay at least part of the balance before production has begun. To avoid unpleasant surprises, it's essential to evaluate the supplier before paying any account, to check his ability to produce in large quantities while reducing the number of defective products to a minimum. This first step is called supplier qualification and is based on a three-pronged approach: questionnaire, audit, and contract. Firstly, the purpose of the questionnaire is to get an initial idea of the company's structure and the way they work. It's an opportunity to gather as much information as possible so as to draw up an identity card of the supplier. Important questions to be answered by the company and which will help you to evaluate it include: how long has the company been in business? What is its workforce? What is its turnover? Does it have a business license, an export license? Whether it has already exported to Europe and elsewhere, and what testing equipment it has. In addition, the questionnaire also provides an opportunity to question the company about its quality management methods, as well as its ethical policy. Some companies have no qualms about making employees work in unacceptable conditions in order to maximize their profits. It is therefore essential to check how employees are treated. By clearly stating that the answers will be verified during an audit, the company will be less likely to respond to any questions, improving the accuracy of the audit. The quality questionnaire can be used to find out whether the company has already been audited to an international standard, such as the Mylar isotope, whether its production line has procedures posted at key points, and whether it has dedicated staff to carry out in-process inspections, and how they reject defective products during inspection. As for the ethics questionnaire, it will highlight employees' working conditions and ensure that the company has a clear policy on managing wages and overtime, as well as an anti-discrimination policy, records of each employee's working hours, etc. Answering these initial questions will give you an idea of the company's current situation and whether it is suited to meeting your needs. Alongside the questionnaire, it's important to gauge your new employee's commitment to ensure that your terms are compatible and that you don't run into a disagreement when the money starts flowing. The signing of a contract by both parties will seal your supplier's commitment to respect, for example, the arrival of an outsider at any time during production to carry out an inspection, to seal his support in the event of faulty products being discovered during the final inspection or after delivery, but will also seal the confidentiality agreement you have put in place with him to ensure that he does not sell your products to a competitor. In order to establish a relationship of trust, it's best to draw up this report in both English and Chinese so that all terms are understood. Once your supplier has responded positively to the first two requests and trust has begun to be established, the final qualification stage will consist of organizing a physical visit to the company to check that the information you have been given is true. This audit can be carried out in collaboration with a partner, such as GPS, where our on-site experts visit the factories and follow a process established over many years of experience in this field. As well as checking the general information provided by the factory, such as headcount, sales, licenses, etc., this audit enables us to learn more about the company's quality policy, to verify how they identify defective products and how they deal with them, as well as the measures in place to avoid them as much as possible. It's also an opportunity to check the plant's equipment and how it's maintained. For example, aging and poorly maintained production lines can be a sign of poor production management and can lead to doubts about the plant's ability to produce in consistent numbers and quality. Now you know more about how you can assess a supplier's professionalism and force them to commit to your terms. The solutions developed in this video are obviously not enough to guarantee a 100% perfect collaboration with your company, but it's already a good way to get a low-cost image of your supplier. That's why I'll develop other means in other videos.